Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the show. I have here a familiar face. You probably know him, maybe love him. I don't know. Anthony Jirouschek.
Maybe hate
Uh,
them.
you might hate him. Yeah. Yeah, so we're actually going to do a non-technical discussion today. We're going to talk about what we do outside of away from keyboard, AFK episode. That's pretty good. That's got a ring to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be really short.
We do nothing away from the keyboard. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just something different. There's a lot of people in our community that think they're supposed to work nonstop all the time, just grinding, which is good sometimes, but you need a break. So I guess let's start there. So, have you always had a good kind of work-life balance, or when did that start for you? When did you start saying, "Hey, I'm getting burned out. I need to figure out something else to do with my life"?
Um, I think before it was better than it has been recently, ironically enough. Um, so yeah, I mean in the Air Force, like, I pulled missions and it was like 410s and then once or twice you get called in and it is what it is, but like it was never because it was like set mission schedule, if it wasn't your mission, then you're the runner to go get like food or get coffee for the guys or whatever it is. And so there was always that limit there. And then my previous teams, kind of the same thing. When I worked at the security vendor, that was a lot less structured because if stuff happened, we were the team that had to publish like how to identify the activity, what customers could do in order to prevent it, basically prove it in our own labs that we had built and do all of that. So that was fun. But, when stuff hits the fan, like it tends to do, then you're working until you figure it out. So I know it's a lot different than you because I know you work sometimes really late into the hours.
Actually, I'm reversed now, so I wake up early. Well, vacation screwed me up, but I was was waking up at 4:30 every day and then going to bed at 9:30. So kind of almost on your schedule because you wake up a little early, not 4:30,
Yeah.
but you wake up early and go to the gym, right? Most mornings.
Yeah. Wake up at 5:30 and go. I don't go as early as I should to the gym, especially if I sit down and work because then I get fixated.
Mm.
But you work. When do you make time to run? Because you're also, big into training and stuff like that. So when is your workout time?
So I try to go either in the afternoon. So like I'll take a lunch break, do a quick like 3 mile, like 5K, nothing biggie. Um, and or in the afternoon. My girlfriend says it's stupid because like today it was 90 degrees when I went for a run. But it's whatever. Yeah, if I have to do a long run, I have to do it on the weekends because the long runs and long workouts are 2 or 3 hours long.
Mm,
Kind of like your girlfriend, where she's training for a marathon or not a triathlon. So it's like you got it's a commitment of one pretty much one whole good weekend day is just blasted away.
yeah. I like how you said a 5K is nothing, but I can't even run a full mile without having to stop and take a break.
Well, for a normal human, no, no, I mean that's a good point. A lot of people, I mean, but you're into weightlifting, right? You're just
Yeah.
like, is it just like Olympic style weightlifting, or what kind of weightlifting do you do?
No, not Olympic at all. I just do like the bro split. So
The split,
push,
do
pull
tell.
legs, upper, lower is my split right now. So no like cleans, hangs,
Hmm.
uh, no kipping pull-ups or anything like that. Just old school lifting. Less functional for sure. I go to the chiropractor fairly regularly. I have a membership, so I get 4 visits a month. Went earlier today. Dude struggled to pop my back, so I'll take that as a compliment. He said, not my words, his, that he had to get through 3 inches of muscle. So, I'm gonna
No
take
biggie.
that.
So, are you like actively preparing for a show? Is this like maintenance, just trying to get a little bit bigger in between your next show?
Yeah, so I competed in October and I did awful. Longest show day ever. Hated that show. Honestly, it was way too long. So, in case you've never done a bodybuilding show, I do physique. But regardless, we're there at I think 5:30 that morning to get our competition tan. So like the really dark coat that goes on your tan last. and finals weren't until 9 p.m. when I went on stage. So
Sheesh.
that's a super long day.
What do you do all day?
You just sit backstage. Like you break after everyone goes through their first thing, you go get lunch. So I had a burger and fries to try to fluff up a little bit. And then I didn't expect another 6 hours, 7 hours probably, before I went on stage again. So I just didn't show well. I'm 32 now. I'm getting old. I'm getting cranky. So I don't know that I'll compete again. I'm just kind of lifting, haven't been tracking my food. Um, and then I need to do more cardio, but I've been kind of stuck inside, like I said. So that's my excuse. I could make time for it.
Well, that's the hard part. Like you were saying, you get kind of fixated on something. Like I have the same problem, and everything else goes aside because it's easier to just stay in the moment where you're at, and it's kind of hard to get in the zone too sometimes. So it's like you don't want to break that
Hmm.
because then you don't want to come back to it. So it's better just to sit there and finish.
Yeah.
But yeah, it screws up your workout because that's also why I don't do it in the morning. Um, because I'd rather spend that time working, like builder hours, like some people use that term. Like it's a good term because everyone else is sleeping, so I can focus on
Yeah.
this thing. I don't have to have like that multi mind going on where Slack or Teams or email, text message, whatever. It's just focus on this thing. My brain can be 100% focused.
Yeah. As opposed to manager hours.
Yeah, I don't like this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I
So, oh, go ahead.
was gonna say, that's a good point though. A lot of people don't, I guess, lean into their preferred type, right? Like, are you a morning person or are you a night owl? Um, I've always been a morning person. I don't like being up late. I don't feel like I function very well. But like there were times where you would tell me, you're hacking until 2 a.m. or something.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. I would just be sitting there drilling on my keyboard.
Dude, well, it's probably the same as you when you get fixated. Like, it's the ultimate fixation. If I feel like I'm almost there, like I'm almost like get to whatever my goal is, like I'm so close to escalating privileges or getting on the next system. I'm in. I'm in it to win it. I am not going anywhere until I get there. Especially if you can just like taste victory. I'm so close. And it could be like maybe not so close. Maybe it's like 5 hours later.
Yep.
But it's whatever.
Yeah. I've definitely done that with Cursor where I'm like building something and I'm like, oh, I just need to fix this. It'll take like 10 minutes, right?
Little thing.
And then it has like a cascading failure. And then 3 hours later, my girlfriend's in bed and I'm like, guess it's 10 p.m. now. Guess I'll go to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, I mean, you've been doing a lot of learning on the fly with all those automation tools and AI stuff. Yeah, so what's your plan now working out? Are you just do you have like a specific goal you're working towards, or are you just like working out, just making sure you get that time in?
Yeah, mostly just making sure I'm still moving. Um, Another reason why I switched, my coach that I had for my show, his name's Cody. Love him. Went to high school with him. About to go to his wedding. But a coach for a show is very expensive, right? So I was,
Mm,
paying a couple $100 a month for
mm,
coaching. And then because I'm not doing a show, I just went and bought the Beastly app. We're not affiliated with either of these people, but it's from a YouTuber that I followed for a while, How to Beast, and a whole year was $100. So I'm
mm.
instantly saving, and then just put in my goal, which is to like build and maintain as much as possible, because I don't want to lose my frame and look scrawny again, like I
Mm.
did when I was in high school. Um, so yeah, not don't really have a goal, more so just like want to not hate myself when I look in the mirror, you know? And I feel like that's what a lot of people just what.
Not me. I can't do that. I have to have a goal.
Yeah.
I just whatever. It's just not happening without a goal.
Yeah. Well, what is your goal? Because I know you're training for something.
So, I mean, it's not really a goal because I don't think the guy I'm supposed to be doing the race with. So I'm doing an adventure race coming up. So it's mountain biking, kayaking, and hiking slash running, but I don't think he's training that hard, so I don't think it's going to be that serious. So I had to find something else to train for, because otherwise I'm gonna just be like, whatever. So I'm training to do an ultra marathon next year.
Gross, dude.
So that's well, I just came off of a calf injury. Like, so when I did my marathon back in whenever the heck it was, like I started picking up the pace, right? You get motivated at the end. I'm a finish strong, right?
Yeah.
So I started picking up my pace. I was going good. I was probably going like a 9 minute mile at the end of 26 miles, right? Then my calves just start seizing up. It's like every step. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back to kind of like slowly jogging. So that, I mean, to bring it to a few weeks ago, that happened again, the same sensation in my calf, except it lasted for days and days.
Mm.
I was like, okay, maybe I had some kind of tear or something going on. But anyway, it's finally gotten to the point where I can do 3 miles without having like a twinge, like a big cramp. And so I think I can get back on my running game again. But that crap sucked.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
But it's going to be a good time.
um, so question, since you were planning on doing this with your friend and like you're still gonna do it, were you planning on just staying with them for the entire adventure race or
You have to. It's a team. It's a
oh,
team thing. Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah. I think we might end up drinking like half of it, like while we're while we're doing it, just having a good old time.
Cheers.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm hoping it turns into like I hope it's fun at least. If it is, maybe I'll find some other ones and do them with a more competitive group.
Yeah.
I don't like to do something competitive and not be competitive with it.
Yeah, you sound real fun. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
Well, like I did the Cooper River Bridge run with my girlfriend, and that was okay because I wasn't feeling great. I had like a sinus infection. Had just gotten the week before was my marathon, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna run with you. You know, I'm gonna run whatever your pace is, and we had a good time. But if I'm training for months and months, because this is like 6 months of build up, I'm putting it. I'm gonna go hard. So, whatever. Not this time.
Yeah.
But it seems like overall, it seems like a cool activity to do.
Every time I've gone kayaking, canoeing, whatever you want to call it, I've chafed the shit out of my armpits and hate it. So I don't know that I would sign up for one of those, but
Just from kayaking, what do you have? Like some crazy lats that are rubbing on your triceps? Like
no,
what's going
it's
on?
I don't know. I think it's just the repetitive emotion and like I've I don't know. I do not like it because every time I've done it so far, which is only like 3 times, but every time I get really bad chafing.
Just put some Vaseline there. It'll be
Yeah.
all right.
But I'd be down to do something. What's the Spartan race? I think that would be fun.
I
Little
think you
less.
got to be able to run more than a mile, though.
Well, I would train for it.
Yeah, well, if you ever want to do an adventure race, we can go. We can go rep and compete and get your girlfriend to do it. She'd probably like it.
Yeah.
My girlfriend would go. We can have a big group go and
Nice.
compete in mixed.
We'll do it.
Yeah, because she's training for. We were going to do a marathon in December, um, but she's having issues with her knee right now. So we're like I bought a couple of books on like ultra, just like general books. One of them's like this huge book on ultra running, and then another one's called Born to Run. It's the second one, and it has a lot of good stuff in terms of rehabilitation, getting you back to like a normal running form away from like those big padded shoes and just stuff that kind of warps your natural motion. So we'll see.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, it's working for me. Like I've changed my stride
Hmm.
and my form completely again. So I changed it once for the marathon because I'm heavy as hell. And I have to squat more to catch my weight so I don't like kill my knees and ankles. And so now I'm transitioning to more of a like on my toes. So I'm using more calves. So I'm how to work out my calves more to get it used to that weight and the bounce. It's weird. I've never put so much attention into running before. So I ran in high school competitively, but I wasn't competitive at all. I just went out there and ran because it was something to do. So now I'm like, I can get good. I can get really good at this if I just learn more.
Yeah,
But
I've
yeah,
never enjoyed running.
I don't either, actually. Believe it or not. It's just something hard to do.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair.
yeah. Let's see. What else do we do? So acting. You also do acting on the side, so it's just not lifting weights. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been doing much as of late. I was filming last Sunday, Sunday before last, one of those days. Um, so I'm in between Nashville and Atlanta, and there's stuff in both places. I work more in Nashville than I do Atlanta nowadays. But
Oh, really?
yeah, yeah, that's part of why I moved up to Chattanooga was I just wasn't booking in Atlanta. And Tennessee doesn't have state income tax, whereas Georgia does. So that was a a nice benefactor there. Um, yeah, doing a little bit of that. I like when like this past gig I did, it was someone reaching out to me, "Hey, I've got two roles. Do you want to come do them?" And that was just from I had worked with them before. They enjoyed working with me, and so they put me up in a room and gave me the gig. So very fortunate for that. I uh, like to think that I do well with meeting people, building those partnerships, if you will. Uh, but nothing major. I've got friends on Netflix. I've got friends that are leading like Hallmark or some other like version of that movies. So I definitely have more successful friends, but I still enjoy getting out there and getting the opportunity to do stuff.
Nice. Like, tell us about how you got into that, because that's pretty unique in terms of people's spare time. Like, you really don't come across a lot of people who like, yeah, in my spare time, I take acting gigs.
Yeah, so it's pretty funny. Before I answer your question, I know several people that are former military that are actors.
Hmm.
One's a Marine. The guy I worked with last time was in the Army, and he was part of the 160th, like Special Operations aircraft crew.
Mhm.
And myself, I was a little nerd, did cyber warfare, but I think it's so interesting that there's military members who get out and finally like pursue it, and then they kind of get the bug and don't want to leave it. But as far as how I got started, I've always wanted to act, and I'll tell an embarrassing story here. When I was a kid, I was probably like 6, 8, like that age range, and I was watching Star Wars or something after Star Wars. I can't remember the order, but there was a person in there who had died. An actor who obviously played another character who died in something else that I had seen, but they were in this. And so at the time,
Mm.
I didn't understand what acting was. And so I remember telling my mom, like, "Mom, this guy's in here." And she's like, "Yeah." Like, no shit. What? Obviously, I see him. And I'm like, "But he died in this." And she's like, "Yeah, okay." And I was like, "But he's dead." Like, so she had to explain what acting was to me because I legitimately thought in my young, impressionable brain that they got homeless people and kind of give them like a last supper, like put them up in a nice hotel room,
Jeez.
gave them a nice meal, and like, all right, now's your time, and just kind of killed them. I legitimately thought that's like that was before I read The Giver. So I mean, just like The Giver just kind of reinforced that. But um,
It's like
I
Squid Games, but real life here.
yeah, but yeah, so after that, I was like, oh, I want to do this. And, asked for lessons. My mom won't listen to this, so it's fine. Asked for lessons. She said no. And I was like, well, that's pretty shitty. Went into the military, did that. And I was like, you know what? It's time I start doing stuff that I want to do. And one of my good friends, shout out to Blake, he hit me up one day and he's like, why aren't you doing this? And, I made excuses like, oh, I don't know how. I don't know where to even
Mm.
get started, blah, blah, blah. Submitted for some stuff, ended up doing background, and then the guy who they hired to do principal role. So if you're unfamiliar, background are the people that are in the background of the scenes. Usually, they're there to fill the scene. They'll cross the camera or something to make it, less static. And this guy had roles. Sorry, had a role, had lines. He got sick. They needed a Hispanic waiter. I've played Hispanic several times, believe it or not. And so my first role, I got bumped up to principal, had lines, got to talk to. Um, it was Eric Roberts, and I forget the other guy's name, but Eric Roberts is Julia Roberts' brother, and
Hmm.
he was famous before she was, but more people know Julia Roberts. If you think you don't know Eric, he is the gangster in The Dark Knight when the Joker does the pencil thing. One of my favorite scenes. But yeah, after that, I was like, oh, like I can do this. And I think I mean, I still struggle with that mentality, like a lot of actors do, where you kind of tie your self-worth to whether or not you're booking, getting
Hmm.
jobs or taking taking them choosing someone else over you as a personal thing, which is obviously not. So through that, I got really good at rejection. So now I don't have to worry about rejection because I have my girlfriend, but got really good at being rejected.
So do you feel like it's something that you've gotten better at over time? Because it's been like, how many years have you been doing it now? At least six, maybe, right?
Yeah, I started in like 2018, 2019, I think. And then COVID just like wrecked the industry.
Hmm.
It's interesting. Before I did classes, when I lived in DC, I feel like I booked fairly regularly. And then coming to the Southeast, doing classes and stuff, I feel like um, sometimes they teach you how to be a person where like you shouldn't really like acting, you're playing someone else, right? You shouldn't have to train to be a person. Like we all go through stuff. We all have like I was super compartmentalized before some classes, so like that definitely helped me. Like I can express emotions, I can make myself cry, all that fun stuff. But you don't need to like study how to eat a burger or like stuff like that. So I feel like
Hmm.
sometimes the trainings can actually hinder you and kind of keep you boxed in.
Yeah, sounds like being a Marine, right? Don't they teach you how to do everything?
Man, I wouldn't know. I was Air Force. I was smart enough for that.
Yeah. So, shout out to the Marines eating all
Yes.
them crayons.
Thank you. Kicking doors down.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, you're saying you started out your booking better, and then you started trying to legitimize what you were doing, take classes, get like improve like intentionally, and you saw less results. So do you think it's like trying too hard and you were just trying to go through, because some people do that in sports anyways, where they get a new instructor and it takes them a while to get used to the new thing, and then they're good once they get there.
Yeah, it definitely could have. Um, it's funny. The last lady I took classes with, and she has like 16 series regulars, so people who are, regulars in shows that train with her, which is a
Mhm.
ton. Like that is amazing. And I did my scene in her class, and she's like, "Go back, do it again." Did it again, and it's over Zoom, so it's like it's
Mhm.
weird, right? Being in a room, not with everybody and stuff. Did it again. Go back. Did it again. She's like, "You're not having any fun. Like, I don't like watching you because you're not having fun." And at the time, I was like, "Well, I shouldn't be having fun. Like, I'm this person. I'm, playing this character or whatever. Like, why would I have fun? It's not a fun scene for me." So that was interesting to get that feedback and kind of realize that I probably do place too much importance on like what's actually occurring versus just having fun. And sometimes my old roommate and I, when we had fun, when we would just do like blow off takes for auditions, we would book because there was less stress on it. We're more
Mhm.
comfortable, um, not sitting there kind of fumbling words or whatever it might be.
Interesting. I want to say, because so I listened to, I think it was Greenlight, Matthew McConaughey's book when I was writing. I think he had something similar where he was trying too hard and he didn't see the results, and then whatever, he just stopped doing it and just started doing what he used to do, and he went back to booking again.
Yeah, was that before he went to Africa or
I don't
after?
remember. I don't remember.
That book was wild, dude. Like some of the stuff in there, I don't know if it's true, but it's pretty wild.
Yeah, go to Africa. Didn't you chase someone like in the Amazon or something like this, like something in there? I don't know.
Yeah,
Him playing
something.
bongos naked in his
Yeah.
bedroom, getting arrested. Like, Yeah, man. I hope that for your future.
Oh, thanks. You know what? If it takes getting arrested to be like successful, I do it.
hmm, hey, you know, I guess it's better. Never mind. No, that's cool. So, do you find that this year you're doing better than last year? Are you getting better? Like, are you still kind of in like the slums in terms of booking?
No, the industry is pretty slow this year.
Is it?
Last year was definitely better. Last year I also had my highest paying gig.
Hmm,
So, and I booked that myself. Like I didn't get that through representation. So that was a pretty big thing for me. But yeah, the industry is just slow. It's always impacted by money, right? Like everything is
hmm,
money, but especially when you're paying people to do something like a commercial, and more commercials are becoming non-union, so less pay, less structured sets typically, and then the union exists to have like better protections, hot meals every so often. You have EMT on set in case anything happens. So like those kinds of things, which obviously is not necessary every time, but it's always been how can we produce more cheaper, like any other business, right?
right. Yeah.
So like you look at people moving from Hollywood to the Southeast, like they call Atlanta Hollywood South, Hollywood of the Southeast, and there is a lot of stuff there. And then Tennessee is now doing tax credits, so like we're starting to get stuff, and
Hmm,
Louisville is getting stuff. So it's always kind of one of those things where you have to follow the money, you have to follow where the industry is. But no, in general, I think last year I did better. I know I had way more bookings by this time last year, but
hmm.
I mean, I've also had different focuses this year, at least a little bit. So we'll see.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I was gonna ask you something else, but I don't remember. Shame on me. Shame, shame, shame. Um, no, that's cool. Have you ever thought about trying to do like your own YouTube channel where some of the people are doing stuff on there or doing like the girlfriends in the Love Island? Have you ever thought about doing like a reality show to build brand awareness? Isn't that like a big thing with actors?
So actually, reality TV can kill your acting career.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at least that's always what I've heard from other actors. I think it's one of those things where it like puts you in that bucket, right? Like you are a reality TV star, you're not an actor. Yeah, I have an idea for a show. I forgot the rest of what you said, honestly.
Do
But
you want to be on Love Island, man? That's the
no,
question.
obviously not. Um, Now
Or
before,
Big Brother or any of those. I mean, really.
no, before, like when I was in the military, I had a opportunity to go on a dating show, and the Air Force was like, "Nah, that's too racy. We can't do that."
Mm,
So that was another reason why I ended up getting out. But uh, I mean, yes, I've thought about doing YouTube, thought about doing it for the last 15 years. It's a lot of work.
mhm.
One of the big groups I work with in Nashville is a YouTube group. And so they have like a team of writers, and they have different videographers and boom operators, the people who collect the sound, and actors that they work with. And so they'll like constantly produce things. And then there's a family YouTube channel in Nashville as well that has like 8 million subscribers or more. And
Wow.
they do kind of like adventure game, like chess, but think like Harry Potter chess, but it's like their family. So like battle chess kind of things.
What? I think you out nerded me tonight.
Yeah. um, so like it's obviously a thing. I have done some gold digger videos back in the day. Those were pretty
Yeah, I was gonna
fun.
ask about that, like, because I thought they were real.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
Yeah, no. And it's funny too because there's this group. I need to work with them in Nashville. I was going to work with them before we went to Croatia, but the it was during the trip. One of their guys that works with them does some of the on the street interviews where he goes up to girls and like just asks them some questions while they've been out
Uh,
and stuff.
mhm.
And I recognized him, and I was like, "Oh, do you know so and so?" And he's like, "Yeah, he works with us." I was like, oh, of course he does. Like, it's a small world. But yeah, those are super fun. It's just, and I've met cool people. Like I worked with AMP, so like Kai Cenat and oh my gosh, what's his name? Anyways, Kai Cenat and a few other dudes. Sorry, I'm forgetting your names. In Atlanta, but like Kai won Streamer of the Year like a few years ago. So like you get to meet super cool people and you get to, work with them for a day or whatever it might be, but it's not the same as like having a character and having to get into that. I do love improv. I think I'm pretty good at improv. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't get hired to keep doing it. Uh, it's just very different. It'd be like physical penetration testing versus network penetration testing, right? Like penetration testing is in the name, but it's very different concepts.
Yeah, that's fair. Now that's interesting. It's like, do you think that streamers are the new like celebrities now? Like they're starting to kind of take up some of that market space of people's time, especially younger audiences?
Yeah, I think in general, YouTube, Twitch, etc., are getting more views than traditional like streaming networks. Obviously, way more than cable, if cable is even still around. I think it's awesome because you have people who are good people, right? Like I don't know I show speed, but from like everything I've seen about him, the kid is a genuine human, like gives back to others and just does good stuff. Similar with Kai and a few other people that I've met. And then of course you have the other side, right? So you have the people who are just assholes, like spitting on people or like talking trash to them and whatnot. So I think it's interesting to see like who continues to win and why
Mm-hmm.
versus like who blows up as a kid. And I don't remember his name, but there was a kid that many years ago did an interview with Logan Paul, and he was like, "Oh, I've got this and I've got that and whatever," and now everyone hates him. Like,
Mm.
I don't think his YouTube is going very well. He has an OnlyFans, which is nothing against that, but like he had to get off YouTube because it wasn't doing anything and transition there. So I think it's a very uh, kind of blunt way, right, to give your money to somebody because you enjoy them versus they're on a network so they get money regardless, if that makes
Mm.
sense.
Yeah. Would you say that people, in some cases, maybe a lot of cases, are just playing characters though as well in YouTube or as streamers? Like they just have this persona that they're portraying, and they're nothing like that in private.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it was even Beyonce has a persona when she goes on stage.
Mm.
It's a way to, just disconnect. And that's sometimes a technique that actors will use as well. Is like, this isn't me. Like, this isn't AJ doing this. This is Trevor or whatever name, the character is. So you can kind of distance yourself, which can also obviously be dangerous if you do that too often in real life.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen like podcast hosts I've met in real life, and they're not like they seem genuine, they seem really nice. The character they play, and then you meet them, they're like jerks.
Yeah.
They're like, go away. Or, it's like, geez.
Yeah. Got their customer service voice on.
Yeah. Go away. Leave me alone. Yeah. Well, cool. Um, yeah, I think we're about at time because I have to hop onto a stream after this. Yeah, I was just saying my stream is at 7. I have no clue what I'm gonna be doing. Something, hacking something probably. We'll have to have you on there and you can talk about something cool, like show your technical capabilities to the world.
My prompt engineering, that's about the
Prompt
extent of
engineering.
my technical capabilities right now.
Well, your would you call it your improv, your cyber improv? That is what you are actually really good at cyber improv, where you're just like making stuff up on the fly. It's to solve a problem. I'm like, I don't know if this is the best way to do it, but this is how we're gonna do it, and let's go.
I'll take that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff.
What do you
Well,
what do you primarily do on your streams? Are you doing like try hack me, hack the box? You hacking a real company? You're just hoping you get away with it?
Yeah, the last one. No, just right now, just try hack me stuff. I think my cousin's gonna hop on Thursday. She's in school to do cybersecurity, and she's been like, "Hey, can you teach me how to do stuff?" So I was like, "Hop on the stream. We'll learn live."
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, really, I've opened it up to whoever. If you want to hop on with me and I watch your screen and talk you through stuff and whatever, cool. I've made that offer to several people. So if you're listening to this and you want to learn how to hack or do like junk I do or whatever, hop on the stream. I'll invite you into this so you can share your screen and we'll watch you struggle, fumble, but learn, fall forward, as the entrepreneurs say. Um, yeah, we'll see what else I get into. I don't know, but we're just playing it by ear.
Cool. How do people
Yep.
find the stream?
So they can find the stream on Twitch, InfoSec Wizard on Twitch. I think right now it's just on Twitch, and then I'm posting the videos after the fact on YouTube, but we'll probably start streaming on YouTube and LinkedIn fairly soon, at least LinkedIn next. But Twitch is the only place at the moment. So, yep, hop on there. Find me on there, streaming Tuesday evening, 7 to 9, and then Thursdays, 6 to 9.
Nice.
Cool. All right, with that, let's wrap it up, close things out. Thank you, AJ, for hopping on, or also known as Anthony to regular people. Thanks for last minute guesting. We'll see who we pop on here next Tuesday, but thanks again.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, later, dude.